Welcome to the Yakuza Fan Podcast, episode 9 for October 18th, 2016.
What's up, everybody?
Cal, you're here. I keep trying to get rid of you.
I'm copying your catchphrase.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm still here, and I will be here every week.
Despite how many times we keep getting asked to replace you with a guest.
No guests.
Cal's a permanent fixture. I couldn't get him to leave if I wanted to. Oh. So, Cal.
What?
How's your week been?
Well, it was okay, but now not so much.
Now you have to do a podcast.
Yeah. This is taking away from my time playing Pokemon Sun and Moon demo.
Okay.
Over and over again.
Yeah, you know what? You sound exactly like me with the Yakuza 6 demo. I think that I've played that demo, I would say now at least 30 times.
Right.
I've only had it for about 2 weeks. So even going at once a day.
Video. I can't make 3DS videos.
Oh, if you could, we would have 3DS videos.
It would just be the Pokemon channel.
Not necessarily. The studio that made the Kurio games, like the PSP Kurio games.
Style Savvy.
They went on to make Style Savvy for the 3DS. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple of costumes that carry over. Like the clothing line that is in Kurio is in...
That's really clever.
Style Savvy. But I think they're actually legit clothing lines in Japan.
Oh, maybe.
So
that seems like a tie-in they'd have.
It really does, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure that they mentioned that at one point. Like the one of the guys in Yakuza 0 runs like a clothing store, and he's like an old friend of Yokoyama's.
Of course.
So
everyone's friends with everybody.
Something like that, yeah. You
all their friends getting together like an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. So to the point, what I'm saying is, if we could capture 3DS footage, we would be doing Style Savvy video.
So, how's your week been?
I mean, it's only Tuesday, but...
Well, since the last podcast.
Since the last podcast, okay. I could have done without the baseball news in last week's famitsu.
What?
Other than that, though, I mean, it's kind of just been going. There hasn't been a lot of news. I've been trying to decide which version of Yakuza 6 I want to import.
Yes.
Right now, I'm pretty sure I'm sitting at the Chinese Hong Kong version, which is... It has Chinese subtitles, but the store page is all in English.
Yeah, and
broken English.
And the game is considerably cheaper than Japanese.
Oh yeah, the Hong Kong version is like almost 1-to-1 with the not the Canadian dollar, but the US dollar. Like, it's closer.
Yeah, it's closer. It's a little bit more than what you'd expect to pay, but digitally and also physically, it's way cheaper than the Japanese version.
Yeah, for sure. So
this was my amazing discovery.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to go for that version. I usually have a habit of honestly not importing the Yakuza games. I did for 5 and I did for Ishin because I don't have high hopes. I didn't have high hopes for 5 when it came out. Right. And it even took me then, I think, a year before I even considered importing it. And so I got the best of version because Yakuza 5 at that point didn't even look like it was going to make it out in English. Yeah. And then Ishin, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get Ishin. I'm gonna be playing it day one with all my peers.
Yeah, we're gonna grow so many daikons.
Oh yeah. And then it sat down in my basement for a year before I actually turned it on. No. I turned it on, and then I couldn't work out what to do. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this away until someone makes a walkthrough. Thank you, KH Subs.
What would we do without him?
He's a cool guy. I hope he continues to make walkthroughs right into Yakuza 6.
Yes.
You know what I should really do?
What?
I have every single submission completed as per his guide. Sitting there recorded. Maybe I should talk to him about putting some of those videos on with his guide so people can watch how to beat those missions.
That's a good idea. I just upload them to YouTube. And
I just upload them and then just ask him, just talk to him about embedding them directly. And then if he wants to put up a subtitled version at some point, go for it.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, KJ Subs, if you're listening to this, remind me, because in about 30 seconds I'm going to forget. Send me a tweet.
I will remind you. Okay. I don't think he listens.
I don't know. KJ Subs, if you're not listening to this, start listening.
We talk about you a lot.
Okay. Other than that, let's go back to how my week has been.
Okay.
I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei.
Still?
I'm still
That's okay, I'm still playing Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I'm working my way towards the true neutral route end. I'm also playing River City Ransom on the 3DS. Yeah. Which, if you like Yakuza games, just maybe check that one out. That one is a really, really good bare bones. And don't get me wrong, I know that River City Ransom's been around since the NES days, but it's it does a really good job of being that kind of game, like a beat 'em up where you get like extra weapons, build your stats.
Is that the one where you can get smiles?
Yeah. You can walk into like fast food joints and ask for a free smile, and the host gives it to you, and then you just walk out. No, as far as I can tell, it doesn't do anything.
It does nothing.
I haven't played too much of it yet. Yeah. I've only played like just a little bit, but I think that if you've got a 3DS and you're looking for a Yakuza-esque game, check that one out. And I'll probably do a video on that series in our Chasing the Dragon series.
How are you going to capture it?
You know what? I plan to borrow a bunch of YouTube footage. So if you've got River City Ransom videos uploaded that you want us to use, just send me a link and I'll be happy to credit you if I use your footage.
And no one has 3DS footage because it's such a pain.
It is. I think that I was looking to 3DS capture devices and they're nearly... they're like $600. They're as much as a PlayStation VR.
Really?
Yeah, they're insanely expensive.
Oh, we need a PlayStation VR.
We do.
Because there's Miku VR.
I maintain that if Yakuza 6 has some kind of VR functionality, I'm all in.
We were already all in for VR. We're just broke.
No, I understand that, but like I'm going to...
We need to add a Patreon tier.
I'm going to... Get us into Kamurocho.
Let us fill... You can watch us playing.
Yeah.
We'll make videos.
Yeah. So... Man, I hope they throw some VR functionality in there. Cool. Nagoshi did say that almost everywhere that can be in first person is in first person.
Excellent.
I think that my favorite thing that I've seen with the phone right now is if you're taking a selfie and you go and like stand in front of people, like you know how there's sometimes like high school girls dotted around the map, stuff like that. If you go up in front of them and try to take a selfie with the Xperia Play phone, they will react behind you. So they might like turn to look at the camera and like throw up the peace sign.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and apparently like the whole game is full of like weird little character interactions like that you only get by taking photos.
So like ugly people, do they just hide?
Yeah, they just hide their faces.
Yeah.
No, it's a Yakuza game. If anything, they probably try to push you out of the way to get more in. That's what I do. I'm a very ugly person. Now, where do we begin? Let's take this preamble, put it behind us.
Okay.
And go into the post-amble.
The post-amble. The mid-amble.
Sure, why not? So let's start at the beginning.
Some might call it a ramble.
Yeah, okay. So, on the channel this week, we had the 10 things we thought were cool in the Yakuza 6 demo.
Yes.
Which...
They were very cool.
I thought they were really cool.
Well, they were 10 cool things we thought.
Yeah, I know they were. That's fine. You know what? I like to say things again and again. If anyone's listened to this podcast for more than a couple of weeks in a row, you'll realize I only have 3 things that I say, and they just come back in different orders every week. I'm pretty sure I've said this before.
I don't know.
If you know which episode I said this in before, let me know in the comments below.
You're like an NPC. You only have so many points of dialogue.
It's true. Eventually I'm going to run out. By like episode... I think by episode 20 you're going to notice the cracks in the AI.
We should stop watching Westworld.
I'm in love with Westworld. Westworld is the most video game show I've ever seen.
It totally is.
Yeah, if you like video games, you've got to be watching HBO's Westworld.
Yes.
What a good show.
Now,
also, no. Also, HBO, pay me to say Westworld some more.
Yeah, we're not getting paid. This is going to be like a Westworld podcast very soon.
I don't know what that means.
It's going to be a podcast about the show.
I'm going to self-actualize.
Yes, we're just going to... we're going to be cowboys, actually.
Perfect.
I'm all about cowboys now.
Yeah, I'm
Red Dead Redemption 2 has been announced.
Yeah. You mean the Westworld game? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
we're talking about our 10 cool things we thought were cool.
We have to get back on track here. So the 10 things we thought were cool. Okay, so you remember roughly what's in the video?
I wrote the video.
Oh, well, you helped. I dictated and you wrote.
You gave me a point form thing and I elaborated on all the points and made the script.
So I basically wrote it, is what you're saying. You're welcome, everybody. Hey, I put in the hours of research needed.
I played the demo with you.
You played the demo once, sir.
Yeah, but I pointed things out.
Not really.
I had to listen to you talk.
That's true. And that is a separate tier of reward that you get all on your own. So what's your favorite thing that we noticed?
I really liked throwing people out the window.
That was pretty cool.
Because it was just an instant way to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of any other heat actions.
In that demo, I agree with you. But there are in other... You haven't played a lot of the Yakuza games,
but it's usually off rooftops, isn't it?
Off rooftops and off bridges, stuff like that.
Yeah, but there's not any interior locations like this.
Not that I can think of, no. Not like a straight out the window kind of thing.
So it was kind of different than anything we'd seen before.
Yeah. I also noticed that like you can go up to the window and break it with your fists before you grab someone and throw them out.
Okay.
Or you can just grab someone and throw them through the window, like shatter the glass. They both work, and I thought that little extra detail was kind of cool. We
didn't include it in the video, but what I wanted to include that you wouldn't was all of everything just breaking whenever you touch it.
That was
just like if you breathe on the chairs, they explode.
I think we had some of that in our demo gameplay footage.
Yes.
We walked into some bicycles, and as soon as you step on them, they explode and their wheels go flying off in different directions.
Everything does it. The tables, the chairs. That is my favorite part. And
the destructible environments.
But it's not just destructible, but they're just dramatic.
Yeah.
But I do like the destruction.
Yeah. I would say my favorite thing is probably either the key. I really like the key. I thought that was really neat.
I thought you'd say that.
Or it's the inaction. Like, having that guy being dangled out the window, and then if you don't find him in time, he gets dropped, and that changes whether or not you get to speak to him later.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool, and that's something that's really unique for the series. I don't think that's happened in any other game where you have characters who just, you fuck up their story, and then they're done.
Not unless they're sub-stories. Because there are sub-stories you can screw up.
But, I mean, I know there are sub-stories you can screw up, but this one just felt like a natural part of gameplay.
Yes.
Now, saying that, though, the fact that you walk up there and he gives you a key, and then you use it on the safe, and there is another safe downstairs that we don't have the key for.
Yes.
Do you think that this is the new coin lockers?
Oh, that we could miss coin lockers?
You could miss... Yeah, if you fuck it up, you could miss coin locker keys. Or maybe you get them some other way. I don't really know. But if... We've seen in the TGS footage, there are no coin lockers under the Camaro Theater anymore. They've moved that around. The coin lockers are not there. They may be somewhere else, but right now there's no coin lockers in the Camaro Theater. What if the safes are the new coin lockers? And I had no real evidence of this when I put the footage together.
Right.
But I could see it.
It's possible.
The fact that they have two different safes there and you have a key that only opens one of them and there's not a second key to be found...
Then maybe you get the key later or something.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing whether that's the case.
As far as missable is concerned, then it very well could be difficulty. Maybe he gives you the key or you find the key laying around if you don't get it from him.
Maybe. I mean,
as an example.
I maintain that vertical slice isn't actually going to be in the final game.
No, I don't think so
I think that was something they just kind of threw together.
It was just a demo.
Yeah, but...
Like the Pokemon demo.
It's really funny. Like, if this was a Western demo, I'm trying to think of... There's not one that springs to mind immediately here. Mm-hmm. But, like, a lot of the Western demos that come out like this, that are vertical slices, pulled apart trying to find clues as to what's in the final game.
Pokemon demo. It's not Western,
but I mean, that's more data mining. I'm more thinking, like, the developers purposefully hide things in some of these other demos.
I can't think of any good Western demos. I'm like, oh, Resident Evil. Nope, that's not Western.
Yeah, you know what? You're not even wrong. I know there was one that came out recently, and it's not coming to mind right away here. But like, if their team did hide clues in their demo of 6 months ago, the biggest one to me is Sky Finance not being there.
Yeah.
If you were looking around when that demo came out, and you looked up at New Serena, and then looked up and saw no Sky Finance.
Yeah.
That to me is the biggest clue. Like that. I would love to go into more like Japanese message boards, stuff like that, and see whether
people are talking.
To see whether people were talking. I think that because we did come a little late to the party on this, where it's kind of died down. But no one that I've seen, I didn't get any word or any idea from anyone that there was some kind of like clue. Like people were looking for clues in this 6-month-old.
Yeah, none of us really thought about Sky Finance or Akiyama until we saw him looking like a hobo.
Yeah.
In the TGS footage.
Yeah, so I like to think there's a little bit more under the hood of this demo. I really want to know if there's a second key. I actually... For one of the times that I played it, I went up the entire building, and everything that I could make explode, I exploded. So there was like a 30-minute block where I just systematically went from floor to floor, running into every inanimate object and having it blow out underneath me.
So there's no keys in it.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I know I'm crazy, So I'm going to continue the hunt for this key that I'm pretty sure doesn't exist.
You think you're crazy. People on Twitter were like, oh, I'm going to buy both the digital and the physical copy.
I know people who are buying Pokemon that are way, way worse than that. Like, I know someone who's buying 6 copies of the game.
Why?
Because they're getting... I
understand 2.
Oh, sorry. 8 copies of the game.
Different regions?
2 digital, Japanese digital copies.
Why?
Collectors. It is worldwide release. I think within a couple of days, maybe. But they're a collector, so they get 2 digital copies of the Japanese version, so they can play those.
All right.
Then they get 2 physical copies for the collection.
Yeah.
Then they get 2 Western digital copies, so they can shiny hunt the US monsters.
So are there different...
And then they get 2...
Sorry, are there different Pokemon in the US and Japan?
No.
What's the point?
They're just crazy.
I understand getting the digital because you're lazy and want it on your DS, and the physical copies for your collection. I don't get the extra set of digital copies for the other region.
I mean, because you don't want to unbox the other region.
But why do you need to play them at all if they're exactly the same game?
I don't know.
If you
I do not have an answer to that.
This to me
and this is where the
and here's me like, I haven't played a Pokemon game for a bunch of years. I'm gonna buy Pokemon Moon.
Yeah.
One of the kids is buying Sun.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I go.
Yeah. I mean, I want the new Pokemon. And you know, you're getting me off topic here.
I like Pokemon. I want to talk about it.
The point is, you need to start your own Pokemon related podcast and drag me on there. I really do think though that there's a little bit more to this demo. I like to think that there was some things that were hidden in it. I know that when it came out, every couple of weeks on the Sega Raw, they would have different guests play through the demo and give their reactions on it. So at the time, it was being talked about a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I never saw anyone come up with the idea that, how come there's 2 safes? How come Sky Finance is missing? This was a point I was going to bring up in another video, but I might as well say it now because it's still cool. If you go and watch the TGS footage, I'll get to this thing. If you watch the TGS footage, when they go past in front of the Millennium Tower, Elise, Akiyama's hostess club, is missing.
Yeah.
So when I saw Akiyama's being homeless, and there's another video where his Sayu kind of mentions that Akiyama's homeless again in this game. Mm-hmm. I was kind of wondering whether he was still mega rich. He was just it was just going to be a fake out. But the more that I see this, the more I'm thinking he's actually lost it all. Yeah.
So now we want to know why.
Oh, yeah. I really want to know why. I do think that it's probably going to be something stupid, like he's happier being homeless.
No.
He realized that money wasn't making him happy.
I know that he blew a lot of money on Haruka's concert and everything.
He really did, especially because Haruka kind of threw that all away at the end.
So maybe he lost some there and then something happened. Or maybe he bailed Kiryu out of jail or something.
It's not super clear. Even if he did bail him out of jail, like the way that Akiyama's story has been set up, that he's super smart at playing the stock market.
That's true.
And making money that... I mean, he blew all of his money off the Millennium Tower in the edge of Yakuza 4.
Yeah.
Like, Date took a helicopter to it and just blew it out. And it's like, okay, there goes all of my billions of yen. Let's start again. And then he had enough money to refinance Haruka in Yakuza 5.
True.
So
he's good with money.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter.
Maybe he is an allegory for Nagoshi and his team who have lost the Suntory tie-in.
I found that super interesting as well. I'm really curious whether Suntory is going to be back. There's no Suntory machines, I don't think, in Yakuza 0, but all of their products are there.
Yeah, so especially the alcohol.
Exactly. So you can go to any of the bars and you can still drink Suntory products, but this is the first time in Kamurocho there's been no Boss Coffee machines, and it's surprising, but that was one of the first things I noticed when I started the game. Well, yeah, but you also love Boss Coffee machines. I do. I've got a can of Boss Coffee sitting right there. Like, it's great, but it's just that Boss Coffee Blue and that whole idea. I don't know why, but it's one of the things like Coca-Cola. For me, Boss Coffee is like Coca-Cola with that branding. Just it gets to me. Like look at all my shit on my shelves here. Half of it is in that blue. Well, yeah, because half of it is Atlas toys. Look, that's neither here nor there. That is neither here nor there. No, I've still actually got an arcade
Alice,
machine.
Jack Frost, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That actual Sega arcade. Yeah. Hang on.
Look, that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying
Lockers
is that...
for Kiryu.
Look, it's not my fault that I buy toys for my toys. But honestly, losing the Suntory tie-in it's a big deal. If they're not in there, like Suntory have been there since Yakuza 1.
That is a big part of the game.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely a big part of the game. I feel like, anyway.
Well, no, it's part of that world.
Yeah.
Like, even having...
It adds to that sense of realism.
Yeah, exactly. And even having some of the stores moved around or the tie-ins changed, those tie-ins are that world.
Yeah, for sure.
And Suntory has just been there the whole time. You can't take it away now and expect it to look the same.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's my favorite things from the 10 cool things demo. I don't know if there's anything else. God knows I'll probably replay it here.
Yeah.
I think we're, at the time of this recording, we're 50 days away from the launch of Yakuza 6.
Yay!
Nagoshi is ramping up his live presentations and his signings.
He's been doing a lot of things.
I've actually got a story going up, hopefully tomorrow morning, before famitsu Wednesday.
Okay.
That is Nagoshi's schedule for where he's going to be doing signings for the next few weeks and up to the launch of Yakuza 6.
So all of you guys in Japan.
Yeah, so anyone who's listening in Japan, there are Nagoshi signings going around. If I don't get it up in time, head over to the official Riga Gotoku website. They've got all of the locations posted there. I would hope if you're living in Japan, you speak Japanese.
Yeah.
But so if you want to go meet Nagoshi, tell him about Yakuza Fan.
Yeah, tell him North America loves this game.
Yeah.
Or the West in general.
Just let him know that his games are, mean a lot to a lot of people. Okay, so we want to move on from there, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. Let's talk about what's happening on Patreon, just for a second here.
You guys gotta listen to this.
Yeah, so we're going to slot this in right here. If we kind of make our money through Patreon, so if you guys want to support us and keep the site going, all that kind of stuff.
More videos.
Yeah, more videos. The more money I get on videos, the more inclined I am to make videos. Let me put it that way. There's a direct correlation between the amount of money coming in and the amount of videos going out. The length of time that I can conceivably ignore my children and family is directly proportional to the amount of money that I'm getting.
It's true.
That being said, we are answering questions. We're answering fan questions, and these can be any questions that fans want to ask us.
Yes.
So if you are a member of the Patreon, I think at the $5 tier?
I don't know.
Or the $3, I don't know.
It's $5.
I don't know. Go on to patreon.com/YakuzaFan. Look at the different tiers. One of them is for asking us Q&A questions.
Yes, $5 tier is behind the scenes Q&A questions. We do it every month. We're supposed to do it every month, but no one asks us questions. But this month, lots of people ask questions.
This month, I get a feeling we're going to be doing a couple of hours worth of question answering.
Maybe.
So we have this big plan. We're going on Thursday to the local arcade. Yep.
And we are going to answer questions in a variety of exciting locations.
I'm sure. It'll be interesting. I don't know how good it's going to turn out.
It doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure we're going to have to bring some of my kids with me.
Yeah, we've got the babies.
Perfect. Babies.
We've got special guest star babies.
That'll be fun. One each.
So
look forward to that. If you want to ask us a question, get onto Patreon.
Please be excited.
Leave it on a reply to that thread.
Yes, so $5 tier, and as soon as you sign up, you get access to all this stuff. So
yeah, that's just it. You get access to all past content as well.
Yeah, so you can watch none of our past Q&As.
Yeah, exactly. But you get art and stuff like that,
and all the videos early.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to have the next Forging the Dragon up this Friday for Patreon backers.
Yeah.
So if you're a subscriber on Patreon, look forward to that. I'm going to do my best. I kind of doubled the length of the script this time.
Yeah.
Thanks to Cal's editing.
Yes, I added a whole bunch to the script.
And thanks to Yokoyama for being super interesting.
So yeah, that's coming out soon.
Yeah, so I'm actually, we're going to post this podcast and I'm going to get to work on that because it is Tuesday night and all I've got is the script and the audio done. I don't have anything else done yet.
Hop to it. Funny story about Patreon backers is I was harassing them for more money today on Twitter.
You're like one of those sub stories in Yakuza. Did you accidentally walk into one of them and be like, oh, my leg?
Yeah, my leg is broken.
You better pay my hospital bills.
I was just reminding the Yakuza community that if you want to be a true fan, that you can make an additional Yakuza purchase.
Oh my god!
By transferring the funds directly into my PayPal account.
Okay, let's stop talking about money. We've done a 5-minute bit about giving us money. I'm pretty sure that's enough.
It's never enough.
Okay. So let's move on from that.
It's because I don't want to talk about baseball.
I know, no one wants to talk about baseball. Let me know in the comments, does anyone like the baseball in the Yakuza games? I mean, honestly, I want to know, not just the Yakuza games, has anyone played a baseball game and actually enjoyed it, that also enjoys the Yakuza series?
Yeah, like any baseball game.
Because I could understand, Mr. America going out and playing MLB The Show.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But I can't understand the person who's like, oh man, I'm going to get 100% in the batting cages today. That's my day, and I'm so excited to do that. Fuck the hostess clubs. Today I'm batting 100.
To be fair, that's some idiot who's trying to complete the whole thing.
No, look,
I'm going to get my platinum trophy.
If you're going for the platinum, that's one thing, because don't get me wrong, I've gone for the platinum in games and had to do things that I disliked.
Yeah, but...
Trying to fight Armon in Yakuza 3 and having to do the fucking golf. Like, or the bowling. Hit a perfect game in bowling to do a sub-story to get to Armon.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Or Yakuza 1, having to do every single heat action.
Yeah, that was impossible.
Some of which you can miss, because they're only available at one point.
We've talked about this before. So yes, do you like baseball games? Any baseball games, specifically the ones in Yakuza, or the new one? Are you looking forward to the new one? Because everyone I keep talking to is like, I don't know why they put baseball in this game. Yeah. This looks terrible.
I wish they would stop. There is actually, in the latest, or in last week's at this point, Famitsu Wednesday, there's an interview with, oh god, who is it? I had it up here, but now I've totally lost it. Here you go, Moge Saito.
Yeah.
And basically he is the head of Ryuga Gotoku's sub games.
Okay.
And he was saying that
the play spots, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the baseball game is actually inspired by one of Sega's other series.
Yeah.
Called Yakuza.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what it sounds like. You've got to build a baseball team and then make them the greatest team in Japan.
Okay, is this what I came downstairs to find you trying to sign up for?
Oh, yes. when you walked into the room to do the podcast, you found me in front of a screen of Japanese trying to enter my username to sign up. Now, legend has it, Yokoyama-san, was at one point rated in like the top 10 of all of Japan.
Wow, for baseball?
For Yakuza.
Oh, for the video game.
Yakuza, yes.
Well, he's really into sports though, and you'll learn about that in Fortune the Dragon.
Yeah. So my plan is to get on there and kick his fucking ass.
Knock him down.
Not speaking any Japanese, I am going to be the best baseballer in Japan virtually. Okay, so what I'm saying is that they like their sports. There's reasons sports are making it.
Okay.
Okay.
And Japan as a whole, they really like sports, like that, or baseball specifically.
Yeah, I don't know why
baseball's very popular in Japan.
I don't know why baseball's so prolific there. I think it was introduced, after World War II.
I would assume.
But like specifically by the American soldiers.
Again, I would assume.
I think they taught them how to play baseball, and then it kind of grew into the kind of national pastime status. It's really bizarre. That is one of those. I wouldn't expect that sport to have taken off as much as it did.
All right. So besides baseball, what's new?
So there is a whole bunch of new play spots, and I'm just going to quickly go over them here because why not? You have, starting from the top, let's just butcher this. The Ryunan Shrine.
Yeah.
Which is an old ass shrine. No one really goes there anymore. People used to come there to kind of hang out and meet, but everyone's kind of left. And you show up and you have to get people to start coming to the shrine.
How?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
That has yet to be revealed. I'm actually really looking forward to that. There are... Okay, so if you look at the screenshot here, Cal, and anyone else who hasn't seen, you can log on to yakuzafan.com and follow along. There's these 5 statues. Now, they were all around, I believe it was Ishin.
Okay.
And if you prayed to them, you could get, like, Dharma points.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so my guess is that you're going to have to fulfill...
their Dharma requests.
Or this is where you trade your Dharma.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If that system is back, if the Dharma system is back, we don't know yet, but if it is, I get a feeling that it's going to be based around
and then
this.
the more you collect, probably the better the shrine does.
That's my guess. Or there's probably going to be like unlocks or something.
Yeah. Okay, there's a sick mall.
Yeah. Okay. Now this one's very interesting. So the Jingai Central District.
Yeah.
It has like a strip mall, like Yakuza 3 strip mall in Okinawa.
Yeah.
But it's so like run down at this point. Most of the shops have closed.
Yeah, so it's like a kind of a ghost town.
Yeah. And the thing that they say that this is going to be the thing this time is the locals have been trying to use mascot characters. They're actually in Japan. They're called, what is it here? Yurakaras.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's basically mascot characters.
Yeah.
To try and reinvigorate them all.
Okay.
Now, we have, they don't say how this is going to be done or what you have to do.
Yeah.
But we have seen screenshots and trailers of a guy dressed up as like a giant orange and Kiryu's taking like selfies with him.
Oh, so maybe you gotta kind of get them to go viral.
I don't know, or whether you just have to like maybe photograph them and doing different stuff to get like just to get the word out there, or maybe to attract more people to
Kind of what I just said.
Mostly yes, but in a more roundabout way. I'm very interested to see what they do with that. Again, another thing, we don't know how it's going to work yet, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay, then you got the snack district.
My favorite district.
That's literally just
food.
Food. Yeah, food, bars. I imagine they'll probably be like all the old standards, pool, darts, all that stuff. I mean, it looks like your
seedy back alley.
Yeah, it looks exactly like every bar district in Ryuga Gotoku. Then you got the Jingai Ferry Port, which I think when they did show off that trailer, or that battle system demo,
right,
where you were kind of fighting on the edge of the port, throwing fools and cans and stuff into the harbor.
Would this be where you go like shark fishing?
Shark hunting? That's my guess. Again, it doesn't say, but I think that that's generally what it's going to be.
Okay.
Next up, you've got the Cafe La Pente.
Yeah, Hillside Cafe.
Sure, why not? According to this, there is going to be it's run by an ex-gang member. Yeah. Who's, who wants to inspire today's youth and give them a place to be.
Okay.
So, and we have seen in the trailer this goes along with the clan creator.
Yeah.
Because we've seen like Kiryu hanging out there with different members of his clan.
Okay.
Of the Kiryu family, and like having lunch there and talking shop. So my guess is that cafe ties directly into sub-stories of the clan creator.
Okay, that sounds very mobstery.
Yeah,
the hills.
The hill. That's literally just showing.
It's just hills.
Yeah. This one's super interesting to me is the graveyard. A graveyard surrounded by old houses which look to have been there since the Showa period. This area feels deserted, and there are no people to be seen visiting graves. Even under normal circumstances, this is an eerie place. But there are rumors saying that all kinds of things come out at night here. Now,
this is where you hunt for your ghosts?
My guess is that this is where the ghost hunt begins.
Yeah.
Like, all the ghosts have left the graveyard because no one visits them, and so you have to go around taking pictures.
Oh, and then they go back to their gravestones.
That's what I'm guessing.
That would be fantastic.
This is all
speculation
at this point. I nearly said fan canon. Speculation. Oh my god. I'm so mad we both came to that same thing. So I would guess this is where that kind of sub-story starts. See, this is what's fun about putting these out a week later. Because we're probably going to find out more about them within the next week.
Yeah, but we get to find out if we're right or not.
I know.
We get to call it or not.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting. Jesus.
You're just thinking about speculation.
I really am. It's stuck in my head.
That's going to be the title of this podcast.
It is. It's going to be our spooktacular. You just spit all over me. Okay, and then you've got the
an intersection.
Yeah, which is
so
just
exciting.
You know what? It sounds dumb.
Why is it its own point? Like, why would they report on this on Famitsu?
I think it's because it's a major throughway and there's the working train. Okay. And I think it's the first time in the series that they've actually had like a proper train modeled. And my guess is it'll be your waypoint back and forth to Kamurocho. Yeah. And then there's the cable car boarding point, which just takes you up the mountain to the shrine at the top there, where there's a mini game where you can use the touchpad on the controller to get money.
Okay.
We don't know what that's for yet either.
Right.
I'm sure that will become apparent.
Okay. Do we have to talk about baseball?
Not really.
So they throw a ball at you, you hit it with your bat.
Yeah, it's general baseball. You manage your team, you level up your crew individually. It looks extraordinarily involved.
Yeah, it looks like a standalone game even.
I would be shocked if there's not going to be some kind of phone app to go along with this.
Xperia Play app?
Probably an Android app, and I would guess an iOS app.
Yeah.
It seems like this is something that you could do on the go. It's set up in such a way that you would want to manage your team.
Yeah, it really is.
There's so much to do.
I can see this
it really,
traveling with you really well.
Yeah, it also really reminds me of Ishin's battle dungeons.
Yeah.
You go around the town, you recruit people to be on your team. If it's anything like Ishin, it's going to be a case of you did this sub-story for this person, and they're a really strong fighter. And then you find them, after you've done their sub-story, waiting outside of your baseball diamond.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I really respect you, Kiryu. I want to be on your team. Great, you're hired. And then you get their special skill.
Yeah, and you can use them if you want.
That's my guess, yeah. Oh, here it actually says right here. You befriend you by clearing sub-stories.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. It's literally exactly like Ishin.
Yeah. So it's going to be
except instead of joining the Shinsengumi, they join your shitty baseball team.
Yeah.
You're not a national team. This is just backyard amateur bullshit hour. But hey, man, let's get that baseball team up and running.
Hey, who knows?
The more I see of it, the more interested in it I am.
Oh, I think it looks good. It's just not something I really want to play. When I think of Yakuza, I don't think of managing a baseball team.
I think that in one of their reviews, or one of their interviews, they say, "Oh, we're sure that the baseball is going to be one of the first things you'll want to try when you boot up this game in December." Fuck no.
Yeah.
There is no.
You don't want to try punching someone.
Not just almost any other play spot. I want to try anywhere else but the baseball.
You know where I'm going.
Hostess clubs.
Internet cafe.
Yes. We'll see. Okay, let's move forward here.
Wait,
Baseball...
I just remember this. You get to have your own cat cafe. That is what I'm doing.
Yes, so I'm pretty sure in the next Famitsu, so tomorrow, we're going to learn a little bit more about the cat cafe.
I am so excited for tomorrow, everybody.
Because we learned about all of the play spots in Jingaicho.
Yeah.
So we should be learning about all the play spots in the new play spots in Kamurocho.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
From what I understand, based on the preview images, every Tuesday Famitsu puts out their previews for what's coming up. I believe they're having a two-way interview between Nagoshi and the director of Mafia 3.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Mafia 3 I hear is terrible.
It's not great, but I think that they just do it because they're both prolific directors and have a semi-open world.
Mafia was Japanese.
It's not.
Oh.
Yes. So my guess is they're going to be going through a translator.
Yeah, that's going to be.
It's going to be very interesting. Chelsea, I don't envy you on this. Thank you so much again. Everyone better send Chelsea some love.
Yeah, she had to translate all this baseball stuff.
Oh my god, I could just see her there.
This is taking time away from Persona 5.
Yeah, we know. Persona 5 is fantastic.
We're all jealous.
We are all jealous. Okay, so look forward to that in tomorrow's Famitsu Wednesday. Or last week. How was it? On that same hand, I've been looking to import Yakuza 6. Mm-hmm. I don't have a lot of money.
No.
So I've been checking all of the different versions and all the different prices, and be it digital or physical or the Chinese version.
Yeah.
Trying to work out which
Asia
one.
Version.
Yeah, the Asian region version, which one I want to import. I think I've narrowed it down. I wish that I could get the $200 kick-ass deluxe edition with the cups and the plate. That's not going to happen. I can't afford that. No. What I can afford, though... Okay, I really can't afford.
Okay, we're jobless.
What I'm going to get, though, is the Asian region version off the PSN. Because I was doing the numbers, and thanks to everyone on Twitter who helped me out, actually.
I solved this.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who told me to look over there because PlayAsia does PSN cards, but they email you the code.
Yeah.
So
they said to look at the Japanese circuit, PlayAsia codes.
Yeah, so already today, I have created my Chinese, my Hong Kong account.
Yep.
I live at 123 Fake Street, Hong Kong, in central Hong Kong. Luckily, that whole story is in English. So if you do want the cheapest way to get Yakuza 6, and keep in mind it's still going to cost you nearly, I think, $90.
That's Canadian, though. It's less US.
It'll be less US dollars, but yeah, it's about $90 Canadian. And it's hands down right now the cheapest way to import it, except for maybe having someone who's like over there right now and could pick you up a copy and then fly it back home.
Yeah.
That the easiest way to get it right now is the Hong Kong store on the PSN with a Chinese points card.
I think it's about the same price if you were to buy the physical one.
More or less, but then it does...
With shipping, though, included in that. But
yeah.
You have to wait.
Yeah, that's just it. And unfortunately, unless you're paying for not even overnight shipping, but just like for the faster shipping, that can get really pricey even on small items. And this, you do get the free theme if you pre-order the Hong Kong version.
Yeah.
And it does preload 2 days early.
Yeah, the preloading is worth it.
So as soon as it goes live, like, don't get me wrong, it's probably going to be my guess would be like a 50 gig game.
Yeah.
As soon as it goes...
It's going to need 2 days to download.
Yeah, exactly. But as soon as it goes live in Hong Kong, it's going to roll out an update and I'm going to just be able to play it.
Yeah.
Done. So that to me was worth it. I can't wait to dig in. If I could afford it, honestly, I'd be doing the same thing with Persona, but... Oh, well.
Yeah.
But
we can't play Persona. Like, at least we can figure out how to play a Yakuza game. In full Japanese, Persona, we're lost.
I think that Yakuza is going to be a lot easier to work out what to do.
It's not an RPG entirely, anyway.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's probably the best way. We're going to do up a post with links and everything, easy, like screenshots, how to do this properly. We could do a video even.
Sure, why not? How to set up a Hong Kong
not that
PSN
it's hard,
account.
but...
It's in complete English.
Hey.
I'll get that ad revenue. Okay, so let's go from there.
You had an Xperia Play story, and I've been dying to hear this story because Deacon was like, remind me to tell you the Xperia Play story that I had.
It's not even good.
And I forgot to remind him last week, so I need to know. I've been waiting 2 weeks for this.
Okay, then obviously the hype is through the roof.
Yeah.
Literally all I did was I had to take my daughter to her dance class in the city. And while she was dancing, she dances for about an hour. And so I'm like, okay, she dances right across the road from a shopping mall. I figured, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to check out all the phone stores in there, of which there are 1,000, to see if I can get my hands on the Xperia XZ, which at the time 2 weeks ago had literally just launched in North America.
Right.
So I walk in, I start talking to a couple of the guys at the counter there, asking whether they've got the XZ, and then they don't understand what I'm saying, so I say the XZ. And there was one girl
in Canada, though.
I understand that. So I'm talking to one girl there at the source.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, the Xperia X? Yeah, it's over here." And I go, "No, the XZ." "Oh, the XC? That's over here." And I go, "No, the XZ, the XZ." "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we've got that. Just hold on a second." And then she leads me to a back room and she's talking to me and she's saying, "Oh yeah, we just got these in, blah 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 blah. Just sit down, we can talk about it." And then she starts pulling out all these other phones that aren't the one that I'm looking for. And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on here? And it turns out she was trying to sign me up for a plan so that I could order one. And at this point, I've been chatting to this girl for 20 minutes about how I'm not doing this. She's super aggressive at her job. I will say that. But the time's ticking down and I've got to go pick up my daughter. So I'm trying to push my way out of the store saying, I don't want this. And I'm going, "Oh, no, it's nothing. We can pre-order, we can order it in, don't worry about it." And then, of course, the mail manager there, he sees me trying to leave, causing a fuss. He comes over, he starts asking me what the problem is. I'm like, "I just want to go." And he's like, "Well, why? What's the problem?" And she's like, "Oh, this guy told me he wanted to order something, but now he doesn't want to." And he's like, "Well, what the hell? Why did you bother wasting your time?" I'm like, "All I wanted to know is if you had the XZ in stock." "The XC? No!"
Wow, so I know where never to shop.
Yeah, so I was pissed. I was like, "You guys are crazy. I gotta go. Please leave me alone." And so at this point, the guy is just looking at me like he wants to kick the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Did
you report the store?
No, I had to go. I had to go pick my kids up.
You should have reported it when you got home.
I didn't care that much. Honestly, I thought
the Twitters.
It made a better story. And honestly, I want to go back there, and I don't... I will revisit the store because I'm crazy like that.
Why would you revisit
because I need to know if they've got the Xperia XZ.
Okay, no, please don't go back to that store.
I am going back to that
store. And then to follow up on this story, is that we were at the mall, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah, we were.
Yesterday. And we had to stop at every phone store, and then I had to be the bunny.
You acted like you didn't want to get your hands on the XZ. We went into, was it at least 5 different stores? I didn't realize until we did it how many stores sell cell phones.
Yeah, but they don't sell. All I had to say was, "Do you have any Sony phones?" And they were like, "No, we don't sell those." I'm like, "All right, later."
Yeah, and that's what I ended up doing eventually. But the ones that did sell Sony phones, like I said, we must have gone into 6 different stores, and none of them had the
I
XZ.
just said, do you have the new Xperia phone? And they were like, no, we don't have it yet.
No. A lot of them didn't realize that there was the XZ.
Then you were going to the wrong stores because all of my stores knew.
No. All the ones that I went to had no idea.
So we still don't have Xperia Play phones.
I don't even want one. I just want to play with it. I just want to have a little hands-on.
I was playing with the model down though.
Yeah. How was it?
I actually kind of liked it.
Are you going to get one?
No, because I like my iPhone.
Same here. There's no world yet.
I have the latest, or the second latest iPhone now.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. Oh, so just the conclusion of my story. I left them all. I ran back across the road. A homeless guy clawed at me to try. Yeah, as I ran past to try and get money. He's like, "Hey, brother!" and he grabs my arm. I'm like, "No, I gotta go." I run past.
That's my fault because I was giving money to the homeless people. They know you from me.
Probably. So yeah, I just run past. I'm like, "Not today, Yakiyama," and I book it.
And you guys don't know, I do the same trip on Saturdays, and it is not far. It is 2 minutes at most.
Oh yeah,
from the mall to
it's literally down the street and across a busy intersection. That's basically
one of the busiest intersections in the city.
But. Yeah, but still, so yeah, I am booking it back. It's 0 degrees outside, so I'm huffing, I'm puffing, and I'm sweating.
It's kind of slippery.
And my sweat is turning into ice as it goes down my cheeks. It was an ordeal.
Your adventures in Winnipeg.
It was an ordeal. I don't understand why I keep doing this to myself.
I don't know either. I've never met anyone who gets themselves into more adventures than you.
You say that, but how often do my adventures lead to you having fun?
Never.
Whenever I
usually leads me in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm there too, and you're usually only uncomfortable because I am in that situation.
I can't remember. We had another adventure, but I can't remember what it was now.
That was a good story, Cal. I enjoy myself. I like going on my adventures to find Xperia phones. I know there was something else we did for... there was a couple of years ago when we had a contest for Yakuza Fan where I wanted to get a whole bunch of posters printed.
Yes.
And they refused to print...
Oh, that was at Staples.
Yeah. Staples refused to print my posters because they knew that... Even though I made them and they should technically be fan licensed...
Yeah.
Because I put the Sega logo on them like an idiot... I needed to come in and sign a whole bunch of paperwork to say that yes, I represent Sega.
Rather than just remove the logo.
I could have, but no, damn it.
That's why I like Costco. They don't even look at anything.
They don't care about because they realize for personal use, but it's once you get more than 1 or 2.
Right.
That's where the problem was. So it wasn't the fact that I tried to print it with the Sega logo, it's that I tried to print a bunch of them.
Yeah. So you had to go and explain, no, I'm doing a contest, I run a website and made these.
Exactly, yeah. And you still need to sign this. And I'm like, but I don't work for Sega. And they're just sign it, it doesn't matter.
They really don't care.
They don't care, it's just they need to cover their own asses.
Yeah.
I work for Sega. Yes, I'm Sam Mullen. Sam, I didn't really do that. I know you don't listen, but...
That didn't happen. I don't even think he worked for Sega then, did he?
I don't know. He might have been Atlas. I'm not totally sure. I'm not doing a behind the scenes on here.
Yeah.
Wait for Forging the Dragon Part 20 where I'm out of things to talk about.
There's just an episode on Yakuza Fan.
And then Ruby Eclipse took over the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account. Launching into all sorts of memes.
Oh my goodness. That reminds me of that. Don't laugh at my language. I'm around the kids all day. That reminds me that I absolutely love that new Sonic theme for the 3DS.
The cute one?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that. It's
Someone PayPal me $2.50.
Yeah, it's $2.50. It's just adorable little Sonic characters. I want it. There's actually a free Sonic theme on the 3DS right now.
Yeah.
It's I think 25 years of Sonic. And it's literally just Sonic, classic Sonic, new Sonic Adventure Sonic, and then Sonic Boom Sonic.
Oh no.
And it's just got some crappy background music playing. It's not great. It looks cool, but the best thing about it is when you start your software, the sound effect that it plays is Sonic getting a ring.
Oh.
So, it's worth it for that.
I don't have a theme. I just have a color.
Yeah.
And
okay, so here's
things from the
here's the thing.
game.
So here's the things you can grab. The Sonic theme, the Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse theme. They're both free right now. I wholly endorse both themes.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, you should do that.
I need a Pokemon theme.
I'm surprised there's not any free Pokemon themes.
The 3DS sucks. To be fair, I don't change my theme. My theme on the PS4 is now the Resident Evil 20th anniversary theme.
That's true.
Because
Which I downloaded. Yeah, I downloaded. It's spooky. I don't like going onto your PlayStation profile now. It's too spooky. Okay, so what do we got coming up on the channel?
Well, part 3, Forging the Dragon.
Forging the Dragon is out. Hopefully, as I said, this Friday for backers. Hopefully, I'm going to do my best. Then we've got a Chasing the Dragon coming out.
We do?
Well, I don't know if it's coming out this week, but I'm going to tentatively say that's what I'm working on as well.
You guys have no idea what our schedule looks like.
Oh, it is a mess. Our next week is the worst.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when I'm going to get to work on this. It's nearly 10 p.m. here now.
Yeah.
We're actually recording this podcast way earlier than usual, just so I can get a little bit of extra editing done on Forging the Dragon tonight.
Yeah, but we run a business. We have clients.
Yeah, it's
busy.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a week.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit of a week.
There's like 3 Halloween parties.
Oh, God, no. And then I want to make something for Halloween. I'm not totally sure yet what I'm going to do. I know time's ticking on that one. I had kind of an idea today. I'd like to follow through on it. I don't want to announce anything yet because I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but I plan on doing something on the channel for Halloween, even if it's just like a quick 30-second kind of thing.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. That'll probably be up in the next couple of weeks here.
Next couple of weeks. Sometime between now and October 31st, hopefully.
Maybe you guys will get it for Christmas.
We should start working on our Christmas content now.
We really should. Okay, here's the Christmas content idea. How Yakuza is the best Christmas game of all time.
Yes, I'm in. I'm totally in.
I've always... You know what? I'm going to say this. I was just about to break into a big discussion on why it is the best Christmas game. Much in the same way that Die Hard is the best Christmas movie.
I knew that was going there.
The parallels between them both.
Yes.
Oh my god, the parallels between them both are insane.
I smell a new video series.
Just think about how Die Hard ends with the Nakatomi Tower exploding.
That is true.
And then Yakuza 1 ends with the Millennium Tower exploding. Yeah. And
a game.
Yeah. And Nishiki, I think he exploded. I was going to say he gets dropped off the tower, but no, he doesn't. Like a Hans Gruber. I want to bring this up now. I need to go on a Die Hard tangent for a second. This is something that I learned the other day. I can't remember where I heard it.
Yes.
But you've seen the end of Die Hard, right? Where Hans gets thrown off the tower. Like he falls off the tower.
Yes, I've seen Die Hard.
Okay. Apparently, that part where he falls and he's got that look of terror on his face.
Yeah.
Apparently, the director was up there holding his hands. He's like, okay, on the count of 3, we're going to let you go. And, then you can react and fall down safely.
Yeah, you can act.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, okay, 1, 2, drop. Drop. And so that look of panic on his face as he's falling is legit.
Real.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I was just dropped. I love that kind of stuff.
That is fantastic.
I cannot get enough of it. Oh, man, I wish there was more behind-the-scenes videos.
I love behind-the-scenes. If only someone would make more about Yakuza.
There is a documentary going around with one of the mocap and voice actors from Yakuza 4 or 3, I think it was.
Okay.
I can't remember which one. I'll post about it. Maybe I'll put it in the comments of this episode. Basically, at the time, he was on set for the mocap, and he was filming a documentary for something else he was working on. So he had his crew with him at the time filming the behind the scenes, and he told them to film what was going on for the behind the scenes of Ryugogotoku because he thought it was really interesting.
Oh.
But then they ended up using some of that footage in the documentary that aired on TV.
Oh, so there's behind the scenes.
Somewhere out there is behind the scenes mocap footage in a separate documentary.
That's not about Yakuza at all.
That's not about Yakuza at all, but about some other actor.
Oh, yeah. So we need to find this.
I've been looking. I cannot find a copy of this video. Yeah, I've been looking real hard. It might have been included on the Goemon. Remember that Goemon got like a movie?
Yeah.
Like a Japanese big budget movie. No, not like the Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, but it was like based on Goemon the thing.
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
You know, Goemon is one of those words that I'm pretty sure is actually pronounced Goemon. Goemon.
I think it's Goemon.
Goemon. Patrick Goemon.
It's just, I remember from watching the anime.
Yeah. Man, that anime is good. We should go rewatch that.
No, it's not good.
I love it. I cannot get enough. So, yeah, there is secret behind-the-scenes footage out there somewhere in another documentary that has a very brief segment of Yakuza footage.
You're talking in circles.
I also found a great behind the scenes documentary that came out on the official Riga channel that has like Nagoshi talking about like what it's been like to develop the series over the years. There's just it's just like a really small retrospective. But the coolest part of the video, it's nothing that, it's not already been covered in like other interviews, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the coolest part to me is as he's talking, they're going to different locations around Riga Gotoku Studios HQ.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you actually see him standing in front of like all these programmers, and they're, I'm pretty sure they're making Yakuza 5 at the time, and you get to see glimpses of their tools that they're using to like make the Kamurocho arches to drop like plants on the ground.
Oh, that's neat.
Right? It's kind of like when you look at the tool, it's like from an isometric view, and you get to see the tools that they're using.
That is so cool.
To make Kamurocho.
Might we see this footage in Forging the Dragon?
Probably not. But you know what? When I don't know how far I'm going to go. I'm likely only going to go to the end of Yakuza 2 for Forging the Dragon.
Okay.
Just because that's naturally kind of where the series like can go to. Once they make Yakuza 2, they get, their studio and they kind of get into the routine. There's no... A lot of Forging the Dragon is getting the game greenlit, getting the band together.
So we'll probably do like an epilogue.
That's what I'm thinking. A little epilogue episode that has everyone, where they are now, what their technology is like that they use. Any kind of footage or maybe stories that I couldn't fit into the main series.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw into a little epilogue. Okay. In the either in the end of the last episode or maybe it'll be a standalone episode.
See how much we have.
Depending on how long this final episode is going to be. I think I've still got a few more episodes like before the end.
Yeah.
I'm only on Yokoyama right now, but we are getting to the point where the I can see the end from here. It's not.
Yeah, there's not going to be.
We're not at the end, but I can see it from here. I like it. I'm having so much fun doing Forging the Dragon.
We're learning a lot.
Not only are we learning a lot, it's just my favorite thing to work on because I love learning about these developers, and it's something that you don't really see with any other studio. Like, why do no other studios release books like this?
I agree with you completely.
Like,
that's all I ever want to know.
It's so interesting, and I don't just mean like the day-to-day, like, here's how I got hired. Like, the here's how I got hired stories are great. It's the personal backstories that I want to hear. Yeah. I want to know where you went to school. I want to know what you majored in. I want to know what lucky thing you did that you tripped and fell into a job at Sega.
Yeah.
Or Bethesda, or whatever dev the story is about.
Wherever you work for, how the hell did you get there?
Yeah, I think that Two Player Productions does a really good job of that with their documentary series. But I find they mostly do contemporary stuff. They don't... They just kind of follow the devs around and then splice in interviews, and that's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
They do a lot of work for Double Fine.
Right, but nobody does history.
Yeah, nobody does any history of a studio, which is such a shame. I know there's some really good articles on Sega Bits, and some that have been going up really recently. Shouts out Sega Bits. They do a lot of like devs. Where are they now? The history of this dev team.
Right, that's really interesting.
So if you have any interest in that kind of stuff, go over to segabits.com and check out some of their articles on the history of Sega, because it's really interesting. We're really only focusing on Nagoshi and that studio.
Yeah.
But they go into some really good detail on some of the other studios that Sega has. So, check it out. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cal, where can they find you?
What? Oh, nowhere.
Okay. Cal, you're at Calculated Risk.
PayPal.
PayPal.me/Calculated
Risk.
Okay, so go subscribe on YouTube. Go like us on Twitter, Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. Do all that stuff. Just search Yakuza Fan. Twitter, Facebook. I mean,
Aren't you at Yak Fan on Twitter?
I'm at Yak Fan, but if you search Yakuza Fan Twitter, I'm right there.
Yeah, just Google it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just go on the website, and it's all on the sidebar.
Yeah, exactly.
So bottom.
Yeah, we call this segment "Pimping Our Social Media."
Yeah.
And yeah, so follow us over there if you've got any questions to ask. If you want to know anything, and it's not too hidden behind a paywall, I'm sure I'll be happy to help you out.
Yeah, questions for the podcast. we usually answer. We have one. Where's that question?
Oh yeah, we do have a question. You know what? Let's wrap this up with the one question we got for the podcast this week. I had it open. I didn't add it to the list.
Yeah, it got sent to me for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. So Jack at Creamy Elephant on Twitter, that's a great name by the way, says, "What are your favorite revelations from the series? And if possible, come up with one of your own wacky and crazy revelations you'd like to see in Yakuza 6 if they make a return." Okay.
Okay, well, I don't know about specifically my favorite revelation, but I really love the carving into the wood.
I think that's my favorite way of doing it.
Yeah.
I do like the concept of Kiryu microblogging.
Yeah.
Because it's so out of character. But Saijima's wood carvings are insane. I'm going to guess that Revelations are back. They are back in Zero and in Ishin, but they're kind of done differently. In Ishin, and I think it's the same in Zero, you get revelation documents, and then as you do certain moves, you can unlock them. Okay. So, like, say you get a revelation document that gives you, like, an extra heat action if you punch people a bunch of times. So as you're fighting and you've got the revelation document, while you're doing a combo, it might pop up with a triangle out of nowhere, and you tap that to activate the revelation.
Okay, and
that'll unlock that
animation. Or?
It does a little animation, and it'll unlock an extra part, like an extra bit to the combo.
Oh,
to extend the combo, and that's kind of how revelations work in the more modern games.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I don't think they're back in Zero. I think it's done the same way as Ishin. So for Yakuza 6 revelations, so you know what? First of all, my favorite revelation is probably the I can't remember any of the ones from Kenzen.
Yeah.
I know some of those were really good. I wish I could remember some of those ones, but my mind is going totally blank. It's been a few years since I played that one. I think my favorite one, the first one that springs to mind, is either there's the fat idol girl on the bridge.
Yeah.
In
in
Yakuza 5, and she falls off the bridge and then bounces back up and then lands and then farts. I think that if she didn't fart, that would be way better.
Yeah.
But I think the one that instantly comes to mind, my favorite one, is I think it's in Yakuza 4 when you're on the rooftop and there's a panty thief.
Oh yes, I forgot about him.
And he's going around stealing panties off all the little clotheslines, and then but he's doing like ninja moves, but he's like a big fat guy.
Yeah.
And so he starts he's got all these bras and panties, and he's wearing a pair of panties over his head as a bandana, and then he grabs a pair of panties, swings around, lands on a ledge, slips and falls, panties go everywhere. And he just starts falling, and it starts playing Ave Maria as he's falling down in slow motion, as all the panties are falling down next to him, and then he hits the ground, and they all slowly flutter into his face, and he goes unconscious. I don't even remember what move you learn.
No, it doesn't matter.
But I will say that is the one that sticks out to me the best as, what the fuck is this series?
Yeah.
If you showed that to anyone else and said, hey, what is the Yakuza series about? This. Or there is another good one in Yakuza 3. Where there's the old woman on a moped, and she's driving down the street, and I think she sees a hot guy or something. It's like an old grandma, and she's on a moped. She's driving down the middle of the road, and she sees a hot guy on a billboard, and she turns her head and starts staring at him. And all the other guys on the street, they're like, "Look out, grandma, look out!" And she gets collected by a car, and she doesn't break eye contact with the hot guy on the poster, and the moped flips upside down, spins in midair, lands back down on the two wheels, and she drives away.
Isn't there one with a cat, too?
I think there's a couple with a cat. The one that I'm thinking of specifically, though, is in Kenzen with a cat, but I can't remember.
I think there's one in 3, maybe?
I don't know. It's all such a blur.
I don't remember.
I really need to go and replay.
So, yeah, in 6, there better be revelation with your cats. All of the cats.
I really want them to bring back actual...
Revelations.
I really want... Honestly, I don't care if they bring back Revelations. I just want them to bring back Mac.
Yeah.
I look forward to the returning characters. That my favorite part of the games are when characters come back. It's like, oh my god, it's that guy! I can't believe he's here.
Yeah, but you don't know anyone's name because you suck.
No, I'm actually really good at remembering people's names, like Saito, Mac.
Yeah, I don't know who these people are.
Kazuma Kiryu.
Oh, I know that guy.
Okay, so that's my favorite. As for new weird revelations, I think there could be some interesting stuff with the New Japan Pro Wrestling guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, realistically, I'm not sure what. I don't know, man. That's really tough. let's put a pin in this. I'm going to have a think about it. We'll come back to this next podcast because I think we're hitting an hour here and I need time to think about this question.
Yeah, but next week's podcast might be delayed.
Might be delayed. We'll see. You might be out of commission, so...
What are you going to do, by yourself?
Yes, I'm going to host, and it's going to be like every other week. I'm going to host and talk for an entire hour by myself about Yakuza. It's going to be one topic, told multiple times. And that's how we're going to do it.
No, I will hobble my way.
We'll see. Okay, you may be on your deathbed.
Maybe.
Anyway, guys, so that's going to wrap us up. Wrap it up. You know what? Let's just end it here. Let's wrap it up for this week, and we will catch you guys next time.
Make sure you like this. Don't do that. Make sure you like this video if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell 2 friends and tell them to tell 2 friends. And leave a comment because YouTube's algorithms like all that. And we will see you next time.
Yeah. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Goodbye, everybody.